Hello once again, Maize and Blue fans. It's been a week or two since I did a video, so I just wanted to do a preview of Michigan versus South Carolina, the Outback Bowl. So let's just get into it. As always, like, share, subscribe to my page, and let's see what we got. So Michigan will take on South Carolina on the first. I know Michigan State fans were mad that they didn't get in and all that. Michigan is a brand. There's no need to get into it. Your little brother, y'all can win a national championship. You'll still be little brother because there's just so much history and prestige with Michigan that's just gonna want to what it is. So not gonna get into that. It's pointless. But Shea Patterson, we got him. So he's a student at Michigan right now. We don't know his eligibility. He should be eligible to play for next year, but it hasn't been said. It hasn't happened yet. But it's just a matter of time because the NCAA doesn't want to go to court and get sued by all these players because they want to play next year. All the transfers from Ole Miss, they want to play and be eligible. So he should be eligible. 9 times out of 10, he will be. But this game is really Brandon Peters. This is his chance to take the reins of the offense, even if Shea Patterson is there. Because even if Shea Patterson is there next year, if Brandon Peters can get a step ahead of him right now, if he plays lights out in this game. And the way it's looking, so we will have all this time to get healthy, and all our wide receivers that were injured and stuff like that, they can play. They'll be back. So this is his chance. Like this is a game, no excuses. So if you just come out and play and don't play good, then it's just on you. There's no excuse for it. The offensive line has been playing better and everything. So there's no excuses because the offensive line against OSU and down the stretch, the offensive line played good enough to win games. I mean, if you get sacked and you just get hurt, that's not just on the offensive line. That just might be your body just can't handle a beating or getting hit a certain way. Because you're gonna get. I don't care how good your O-line is, you're gonna get sacked sometimes. So that's just seeing how good your body is. It's one thing that you can be the best quarterback out there and everything. Big, strong, but if your bones can't take those hits, then you're just injury prone, and that might just be what it is. But we'll see. But this is his chance to just come out, throw for at least 250, 300, and just put a stamp on the offense to say that, hey, this is my offense, and you're gonna have to fight me to take this from me. So that's just what it is. But I want to see the O-line continue their growth and play better. You've had all this time to get healthy and get the bumps and bruises. But I'm hoping Harbaugh doesn't come out and just try to run the ball. Like, this game is meaningless. So a meaningless game, yeah, it's good to get a win. But let's put the ball in Peters' hands and see what this kid can really do. Like, I don't want to see you running the ball all the time and all this. I want to see you throwing on first down, throwing on third down. Now, if we're just running the ball and we're getting, it's like when we played Minnesota when we ran for like 400 yards. I can't blame you for running the ball down their throat because it's just too easy. But besides, if it's not a game like that and we're kind of put the ball in his hands and let's go and let's see what this kid's got. Because I really want to see what he has, because we saw potential in the Wisconsin game and before he got hurt and in the little throws that he had in the other games. Like, we saw potential out of him. They just had the chains on him so long that we didn't get to see what he could do until the Wisconsin game. Then he got hurt when he started clicking. So it was real disappointing in that aspect. But I just want to see what he has. This is a good game on the defensive side. Maurice Hurst, he can get his stock up some more, but we know he's going to be a first rounder. But the rest of the defense, I just want to see them play fast, and I want to see the safeties. I want to see Cannell and Metellus. I want to see them play well in coverage. And as far as the defense goes, I've said this before, and we had a young defense, so this is maybe why we didn't play much zone. But next year, I want to see way more zones. Like, stop all the man, the blitzing. Honestly, I don't like us in the Viper all that much either. I'm not a fan of the Viper. Like, some games the Viper is a killer. But other games, the Viper gets exposed. And it's usually when we play a top team. Because the Viper is always right up at the line. And a lot of the times you'll see him on one side. And if you know what you're doing, or if you've got your coach, the coach calling audibles from the sideline, and the quarterback waits till the defense gets set, and then gets the next audible call from the coach, and they're just gonna run away from it or scheme the play away from the Viper. So I'm not a fan of the Viper. I'd rather, like, if we're gonna be in a blitz set and we're blitzing or whatever, that's fine. But as far as just regular defenses, when we're just in a regular defense, we're not blitzing or anything, I'm not a fan of the Viper. Like, I wouldn't mind us being in just a regular 4-3 or a nickel, just a base nickel. Like, I'm not a fan of the Viper, because if he doesn't get to his destination, it's just like you're playing 10 on 11. And I'm not a fan of that, and I've said that for a while now, because it gets exposed when we play certain teams. So I'd like to see us go to 4-3 when we play certain teams, and have those 3 linebackers right back there watching what's going on and reading and reacting, because it gets exposed a lot. And as far as so much man defense, we need to stop that until we get real safeties. I'm talking about safeties that are legit one-on-one man safeties. Like, for those defense, for our defense to not get exposed with our safeties, you need dudes that are the truth. Like, you need dudes like Clinton Dix, and players like Sean Taylor, Ed Reed. Like, these are Hall of Famers, but you need those type of dudes to be in man coverage like that, to be just on an island, because most safeties can't play on an island against a running back and a wide receiver, or even a good tight end. They just can't do it, because it's just too many mismatches. A safety is going to be slower, so a fast running back, a fast wide receiver will expose him, and he might be faster than a tight end, but a tight end is going to be so big that it's going to be a mismatch in that way. So if we don't have those dudes that are just freaks of nature, and like a player like Jalen Ramsey for the Jaguars, who is looking like he's going to be a Hall of Famer, a dude that can almost play corner or safety, then we need to stop being in so many man blitzes and putting these guys on an island. Because when you play good teams with good coaches that know how to make adjustments and see that what we're doing, they're going to get exposed. And that's what happened for most when we played good teams, Wisconsin, Penn State, OSU, some, but that's just what it is. So I'd like to see us get out of those so much man blitzing, and just because our corners are legit. So as long as we can get a pass rush, we can just get in a man and have 2 safeties back there and let them roam, or either just get in the zone. My favorite defense is honestly the cover 3. If you're familiar with the NFL, you know Seattle runs a lot of it, and it's basically going to make a team have to dink and dunk all the way down the field. And by that time, if your defense is good, you're going to stop them, or either bend and don't break, and then teams end up getting a lot of 3s. So I'd like to see us go to like a cover 3 or cover 2. It really doesn't matter. Just some type of zone, especially when we play teams like OSU or Penn State with McSorley. When we play teams that have running quarterbacks, So that way our defense is looking at the quarterback and we're not out of position because we're chasing and man and nobody's watching the QB. This way we're in a zone and everybody's watching the QB. So as soon as they try to run, there's really no holes because everybody's sitting in a certain place and it's a zone. So places right side of the field, if they just have a play where everybody runs to the other side, you still have corners and linebackers in position just waiting. So me personally, I'd like to see us get into way more zone because it's more of a convenient defense and it kind of covers the bases for whether you got a running quarterback or whatever. So that's what I would like to see. And besides that, I mean, I'd like to get a win, but it's a meaningless game. I mean, it helps for recruiting somewhat, but it's really a meaningless game. So I just want to see Brandon Peters get the offense and just try to make something happen. Try to make this your team. Because Shea Patterson, from what I've seen, when he comes in, he will be the best QB on our roster. But that's not to say Brandon Peters didn't show us something this year. Like, he shows some potential. So I'm not down on Peters, but I see the talent that Shea Patterson has. I watched his highlights and his film. He's a gunslinger. I will say that he's a gunslinger. But when you get a gunslinger, one thing about it is, one, he's not scared, and two, he has a great arm with potential. Like, this dude can make all those throws, and he can throw receivers open, and that's what you see at the next level. Because guys that play in the NFL, they throw dudes open. There's hardly ever guys just wide open in the NFL. You have to throw them open with the corner right on them, and this dude can do that. And not only can he do that, but he can run. Like, this dude has heart. Like, when John O'Corn first got in and he was running over DBs and trying to get first downs that first game, like, that's something that Shea Patterson does on a regular basis. He's kind of like Johnny Manziel, because Johnny Manziel had that gunslinger type, just wily or run around and stuff like that. That's Shea Patterson. I don't think he's as fast as Johnny, but he's pretty quick. He's quick and has some kind of speed. But the potential is there for him. So he will be the best QB on our roster. But that doesn't mean he'll come in and know the system and just click right away. So I want to see Brandon Peters like, no, this is my team. So we just basically will have the best QB possible when it happens, and then we'll have two good QBs because you never know what might happen. So Shea Patterson might win the job and he may get hurt, and Brandon Peters may win the job and he may get hurt. So either way, we want two good dudes at QB, because as far as I can see, only thing Michigan is missing is a quarterback. Our defense, we're only losing like 2 or 3 players on defense. The whole defense is basically coming back. So that's going to be a plus right there, because they're all young and they're just learning. You're only going to get better. So that's one thing. The offensive line, the whole right side is young. So we'll need a new left tackle, and that's about it. But that's the O-line. Like, the O-line should be improved next year, because we've got redshirt dudes that have redshirted and stuff like that. So they've been in the system and they should be ready to step in. Running back, we're loaded. Evans and Higdon. Higdon came on, and Evans started off slow, but I don't know if I'm the only one noticed, but he started to pick it up at the end of the year. When Higdon started to pick it up, a couple games later, Evans started to pick it up. So we're loaded at running back, and we got Kareem Walker behind him and a couple more. So we're loaded at running back. Receivers, they're young, and they all got kind of injured on and off. Donovan Peoples-Jones, he made it through the year. But next year, they're going to all be in the system longer. They're going to be in the weight room longer. That's bigger, faster, stronger. So they're all all those young receivers, their route running will be better, their hands should be better, and they should know the system. So all of that, it's all coming down to the QB. Now, our kicking game, I don't know what's up with him. He can kick it from 55, 60 yards, but he got shaky after a couple games. Hopefully he can get back on track. But one thing I want to see us get back to is we need a kick return game. Donovan Peoples-Jones, he did okay at returning punts. He did pretty good. So I wouldn't be surprised if he takes another step at getting better. He should get faster next year. But we got to find somebody to return kicks, because that is a big part of what made us so good 2 years ago when we had Jabril Peppers and Chesson and Darboh returning punts. All those dudes were fast, and all of them are in the NFL. Like, we need somebody that can return kicks and switch that field, because when you have somebody returning kicks and a team scores a field goal or something, and you end up getting the ball at the other team's 40 or your own 40, like, that's a big difference. Like, you've already switched the field. So even if you punt, you're punting and you're putting them back in their own 20. So that's a big deal. So I want to see us find a kick returner for next year. But that's pretty much it for the bowl game. I really don't care if we win or lose it. I mean, of course I want to win, but it's all about getting better, and it's all about next year. Whether Peters is a star, because we don't know if Shea Patterson will be eligible. So it's all about Peters. It's still his team until further notice. So I just want to see him come out and show that it's his team. Get it done. No excuses, no O-line. If your O-line makes a mistake, make a play for him. You see the blitzes coming, know where they are, and make a play. So that's all I got for today. As always, like, share, subscribe to my page. Hopefully I'll be getting monetized soon, and I can keep more content going and get some better videos for you guys. But as always, go blue.